you can give them some more love and appreciation. And as we love to do, we love to just embrace each other. Just allow for your awareness to embrace all the beings who are here and all the beings who are streaming in. And always as we teach, you're becoming increasingly aware that all of these beings are within your field of awareness. That your awareness is infinite. And so these beings are fitting in your awareness. Just as God is infinite and God is not merely in all creation is in God. And so the presence of God is always seeking to overflow the boundaries of its own creation to become more itself. How does that relate to you? God is always trying to overflow the paradigm in which you are living to become more itself as your very life and being. So you are in a constant state of growth, development, and unfoldment, and you are participating in your growth, development, and unfoldment by such an act as you're doing today, by being here in joyful celebration of the great power, the great presence, the great love, the great intelligence, the great beauty, the great God of the universe that is your very life and being. This month, our theme has been the order in the chaos, and underneath this, you have become aware that we live in a chaotic universe. Chaos and order combined. That is, underneath every sense of chaos, there's an order trying to emerge. The layman's understanding of the chaos theory is that if you step back far enough behind any event, you will see the underlying order that's trying to emerge through that event. Thus, chaotic. Say to your neighbor, I'm living in a chaotic universe. Order is emerging out of all chaos. I'm living in that order. And that order is infused in every step that I take. Give each other 5. And so in this dynamic of living in a chaotic universe, we're coming to an understanding, as the topic would say today, get your sit together. I did say sit. I said sit. Don't get on your email and say, Reverend Michael's cussing in the sanctuary. No. I said get your sit together. Because underlying all of the wordplay that we're doing here is our practice of sitting, our practice of meditation, our practice of developing a coherence around the fundamental harmony of the universe, our practice of paying attention to reality and allowing that which is real to become the activity of our awareness through our daily and consistent devotional practice, so that we are not caught up in the undertow of the emotional contagion that moves through the world of phenomena and poses itself as reality. We're getting our sit together so that on a regular basis we're in tune with the fundamental harmony of the universe that has as its hallmark infinity expressing and becoming more and more of itself. This is what your life is all about. As I was teaching this past week at the Rhythm of Life Advancement Center, and I was speaking along the theme of taking your mind back, and what emerged was the teaching around the 4 domains of consciousness. The first 2 domains of being, survival, and adaptation. And those first 2 domains is where the majority of people live in. They live in seeking to survive, sometimes over-survive, and to adapt and react to circumstances and conditions and situations that are going on in the world. That's where most people live. And not you, but that's where most people live. And many people become very successful in that domain of survival and adapting. And sometimes that success in that domain, it becomes a burden and keeps them from moving into the next domain, which is transformation. Transformation and dissolution are the last 2 domains. The hallmark of transformation are with the mystics and the artists, the innovators, the creative, the urban shaman, the inventors. This is where they live. This is where you live. It is a domain by which you are catching fundamentally the new ideas that are blasting from the mind of God, and it's pulling you outside of the present paradigm that most of the world is living in. And so you always seem a bit odd, a bit weird. You want to keep your odd on, because if you're too much walking lockstep within the first two paradigms, you are in oftentimes stagnation, whereas the hallmark of transformation is that you're always on the verge of what next is seeking to emerge by means of each and every one of us. That's called heaven. Heaven is expanded good. So you're always on the verge of discovering something new, embracing it, integrating it, stabilizing it, and moving to that level. But if you have become encumbered by past success and continue to do the same things the same way, then you enter into stagnation, and another name for stagnation is hell. And so you're either in the domain of transformation, and then the next level is dissolution. Wherever there is transformation, there is dissolution. Wherever there's a discovery of something new, there is a dissolving, the dying, and the letting go of the old structures, the old skin, the old ways of being, and the old ways of doing. And so by living in the third and fourth domains, you are constantly on the verge of transformation and a dissolution, so that there's a level of excitement and a level of ultimately enthusiasm about what is trying to happen. And so you live in that perennial question, and this is what makes your spiritual senses activated, because you can't see it and you can't hear it. You can see and hear the gross manifestations of things that have already happened, but you can't see or hear with the sensorium that which hasn't happened yet, except on the causal level, and that's where meditation is. You got to get your sit together. That's where visioning is. You got to get your sit together. That fundamentally activates your spiritual faculties, so that you can begin to live in the higher realm of high ideation, high patterns of good trying to emerge, so that you're seeing the invisible and hearing the impossible and doing what those that are in the first domain would call impossible. That's where you're living. That's the dynamic of a spiritual community. That's the dynamic of a practitioner of truth. That's the dynamic of an artist. That's the dynamic of an inventor. That's the dynamic of an innovator. That's the dynamic of a history maker. That's the dynamic of a person who is not going to be relegated to the way things have always been, but are asking what's new, what's next, what wants to come through. That would be you. Now, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how hard it is for people that have become very successful in an old paradigm. They are a burden to the new paradigm, oftentimes. They become very successful, but they're oftentimes a burden because they can't change, and they can't change their values, they can't change their priorities. They stay the same, and they get walked lockstep in the way things used to be. Old ways of business, profit only, things of that particular nature. I was thinking along these lines, and I was thinking about the fact I remember when I was in high school, I was on the track team, and I used to run the quarter mile, and I used to be on the mile relay. And I came in second every single race, because on my team was James Baxter, who was the fastest quarter miler in the city at that time, and went on to run at USC, went to the Olympics. So every week I would break my own personal records, but I'd always come in second to James Baxter. And so one day the coach decided to have James run the mile, and then I would run the quarter by myself for the team. And I did the race, and I came in second. And the coach looked at me and said, "Beckwith, what are you doing?" I had gotten so in the habit of coming in second that my mind got lockstep in being in second. And I said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Oh my God." And I ran a bad time. It was like my mind had just gotten caught in second place. It never happened again after that. And I said, oh, I got my shit together. I began to contemplate, going in higher and higher, faster and faster rates. I was undefeated on the mile relay leg and all that. But the point is, when you're in the old paradigm, you get hypnotized by the way you do things all the time. And you're not being pulled by that which is seeking to express by means of you. There's a longing and a calling of our soul for excellence and vitalizing good, but the goodies are outside of what you can see. Say this, the goodies are outside of what I can see. And so that's where the faith comes in, because you can't see it yet, but you can talk to it. You can commune with it. You can embrace it. You can become devoted to it. You can pray from it. You can meditate into it. You can get your shit together in such a way that you are not being encumbered by your past successes, so that the new trend of excellence can begin to flow through you. Now, all of us in the community, in the world community, of course, had been praying for those young soccer players who were locked in that particular cave. And by now they've been rescued, and of course the stories that came in after that, when the divers had found them, and how joyful they were, and how they weren't in that much fear. They may have been emaciated and some were a little under the weather, but they were shocked at the fact that they were in such good spirits after being in that cave for such a long period of time. And then the news came out that the soccer coach was a former Buddhist monk that was teaching them meditation. He had his shit together. And so during those days of darkness and dankness and wonder and worry, the individuals outside the cave were more concerned and more anxious than they were, because he had taught them to pull their attention inward. And even when it got very dark, he had them turn within and have a level of coherence around peace and around wonder and around possibility. And so when they got out, they were laughing, and of course they were happy they got out. But during the time that they were in the cave, he had garnered their attention. Not to worry, doubt, fear, oh my God, we're going to die, oh my God, what's going to happen, oh Lord. He had garnered their attention to who they were as beings of light and luminosity and eternality, and they came out with that. And it's interesting to note that the reason they went in the cave in the first place is because they wanted to go further than they'd ever gone in the cave, have a group initiation to write their name on the wall in a place they had never been before. I think they got initiated. I think they went further than they'd ever been before. And I think they coalesced as a community deeper than they'd ever been before. And so you got to always watch what you ask for, because you might get it in ways beyond what you think you might be asking for at any given moment. The deal here is that this particular soccer coach was really a meditator in disguise and a practitioner of meditation in disguise, and he had them get their shit together in a way that allowed the full unfolding of safety and well-being to emerge. So when we look at these domains, survival, adaptation, most people wake up and that's where they live. It's like, I gotta survive, I gotta get enough, and then I gotta react. But there's no answering a call to the next domain. When you're initiated into spiritual practice, you wake up, it's like, how can I be of service? You wake up, what's trying to emerge through me? You wake up, what gift am I to give today? You wake up, what's my assignment today? You wake up, I'm grateful. Now this is what happens. When that domain becomes your most powerful domain, it handles the first two domains. That's called seeking first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these things shall be handled. When you're locked and loaded and within the third domain, then you enter into the lilies of the field consciousness, which states that look at the lilies in the field and see how they're spinning and toiling not, and not having one anxious thought about how they should eat or drink or clothe themselves. He was speaking about the domain of transformation, where you're always opening yourself up to garner the next stage of your evolution. No stagnation, but heaven. And having the peace of mind when desolation occurs, when old skin is shed, when old systems are stopped, when changes have to be made in the phenomenal level for the birth of an energy that is too big for the present skin that you might be wearing. Hear it again. The third stage handles the first two. Just as right now, your belief in life is already handling the digestion of your food, the assimilation of oxygen and hydrogen into the body temple. It's handling all of that. You're not waking up handling it. Oh my God, I gotta get hydrogen. How do I get the hydrogen out of the air? Mom, tell me, how do I get the hydrogen out of the air? It's hydrogen. I need this H2O, Mom. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. How do I get it out of the air? I don't know how to do this, you see. No, it's handled. Take the breath. It's handled. It's already handled for you, you see. You're just breathing, no anxiety. I don't know how to get the oxygen out. I don't know how to get the hydrogen out. I don't know how to release the carbon dioxide. I'm going to die. Oh, God, Lord Jesus, I'm going to die. No, it's already handled. And so in that fourth stage, and in the embracing of in that third stage, and in the embracing of the fourth domain, there comes a dynamic peace that passes human understanding. But you got to be there. You got to actually get your sit together. You have to actually be still. As the reading would indicate, one of my favorite readings by Dr. Howard Thurman, that the timetables and the schedules are not just for efficiency and effectiveness and productivity, but they are established so that you can develop an inner life, that you can cultivate your conscious oneness with the presence, so that inner life you begin to see is way more important than the world of phenomena. The world of phenomena has already happened. But the inner life, the awareness of your eternal, timeless, original, expanded in nature, your closer walk with the infinite, here is where the good of your next stage is. The cultivation of that inner life, so that as we look upon the movement that we're now involved in, otherwise known as the adventure in manifestation, watching the next stage and the next iteration of our spiritual community to unfold with an ease and the grace and the elegance and the beauty and the love. We remember, if you were here on Wednesday night, remember what Reverend Julie said. She was being funny and talked about the fact that she had thought about tying herself to the building. And I'm not leaving 5700. And then she brought to you the moment. She says, oh, it's not the building I love, it's you that I love, you see. And in that same dynamic, it's not the building, it's each other. It's all the things that have been launched here. It's all the beings that have found their way to themselves here. All the healings, all the revelations, all the insights, all the growth, development, and unfoldment, all the sacred friendships that have happened. Think about people, if you've been here for a while, that you may not have never met if you hadn't walked into those doors, and they may be very significant parts of your friendship vibration right now. It's all of that we love, you see. And so much has been launched. So many people have launched themselves through the participation and the embracing of that which is next in their life. So much has been launched. Think about now yourself, and think about what has been launched in you. Think about the song that has been sung because of you, the dance that has been done, the gift that has been given. Think about someone you know where there has been a launching. Are you feeling that with me right now? Yes. Look to one of your neighbors and just say one thing that you've launched because of, I'm not talking about people who come here for the first time, but you've been here for a while. Because maybe something did happen when you walked across the parking lot. It happens. Reverend Detra, stand up. What launched from you?
A deeper sense of love and acceptance An expectation of grace.
An expectation of grace. Reverend Cheryl, what launched through you?
Oh, a huge, wide open, expansive life that includes everything from people to my own spiritual growth and understanding.
What launched through you guys? What launched? What launched? Tanya, what launched through you, practitioner?
Acceptance of my situation and circumstances, and love and compassion for everyone.
Great launching, great launching. Kim?
Deep transformation of how to be of service and deep love.
Here's an Agape girl that grew up here. I saw you in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
What launched from you? Stand up.
What launched for me is an introduction to the connection that I have to the infinite and the creative power that lives within me that connects me to everything that is good.
Sing that.
Say, I had a dream. I had a dream that lived within me. And I didn't know that it wasn't outside myself. I didn't know. But that's how you grow.
Come on. She was a part of our teens. And her sister, great educator. You may recognize her. She's going to do some wonderful things in the community. You know, if you watch Chicago Fire, you see her on there every week, you know. How many have launched something from their being? Next stage of unfolding. Hear this. We live in a chaotic universe. Order is the bottom line. Births out of chaos. Step back far enough, you'll see the order in everything. You are being birthed out of merely surviving. You're being birthed out of merely reacting to circumstance and adapting. You're embracing consciously that you are to be you're to be transformed by the renewing of your mind on a daily basis by getting your sit together. So that vibration of transformation is keeping you always, enthused. Oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's got to be good. Oh my God, it's going through so much stuff. There's got to be a blessing here. Oh! The solution, the dissolving of the old, but embracing and loving it. Hospicing. Birthing something new. Getting our sit together. Take a breath. Release. And so what are we taking with us? We're taking ourselves with us. We're taking our dreams with us. We're taking our visions with us. We're taking our songs with us. We're taking our dance with us. We're taking our hugs with us. We're taking our service with us. We're taking our givingness with us. We're taking our smiles with us. We're taking our tears with us. We're taking everything. And we're inviting what we can't see yet. Here it is. Open yourself up to the invisible. That which you can't see right now is calling you. It's your destiny. Can't see it yet. It's your destiny. Now I want you to yield to it. First of all, yield to it individually. Say, if you will, I yield to my great destiny.
I yield to my great destiny.
I give myself over to the good I cannot yet see.
I give myself over to the good I cannot yet see.
I give myself over to the good I cannot yet hear.
I give myself over to the good I cannot.
I yield to it.
I yield
I say yes to it. I embrace it. I feel it. I've got my sit together. If you're live streaming, you just tuned in, I'm saying sit. Become quiet for just a moment. Just with that golden silence, just embrace you for a second. There's something pulling on you right now. It's saying everything that you've done has been good. Experiences that you've gone through have been good. They've birthed wonderful insights and revelations. But there's something that is within you that's pulling on you, is saying that you're just starting. That everything that has gone before is a vibrational preparation, a vibrational platform for your next level of giving, your next level of generosity, your next level of sharing your gifts, talents, and capacities. Be they subtle or be they very gross and visible, there's something pulling on you now. Have faith in it. Love it. Embrace it. It's saying, listen, relax, I got this. Relax, I got this. You're worried about survival and adapting. I got that. Just give me your whole heart that you may be renewed, transformed by the renewing and the taking back of your mind from worry and doubt and fear. I got this. I got it. I got it. You didn't know how to grow your bones. You didn't know how to mend them when you broke them. I got this. You didn't know how to take the hydrogen out of the air. I got it. You don't know how to take the oxygen out. I got it. Give me your attention and your life, and you'll live at a level that your imagination is afraid to go. New paradigm. Pioneers of something that's never happened before. Community. Something that's never happened before. That's where you want to live. Something that hasn't happened before. That's where you want to live. And so we feel into this now. And I want you to come with me into the dynamic of real prayer as we're getting our sit together. Pulling our attention inward. Pulling our attention inward. And beginning to feel with our awareness that there's a pulling on our soul. We're feeling within our awareness that we're so loved. Oh, just feel that you are so loved and appreciated right now. So loved and appreciated. Just start there, that you are loved and appreciated by a presence. We call it a presence because it's never an absence. There's no absenteeism in God. There's no coming and going in God. There's no withholding in God. A presence that loves you because God is love. Feel the love. Feel it. And this is your launching pad. Oh, you're so loved. The presence of God begot but one Son, but the eternal is forever begetting the only begotten. All that God creates is the one. That's you! And so in this dynamic feeling tone of divine love and acceptance of our original, authentic, timeless face of the divine, we recognize the presence everywhere. Oh, we see the hands of the presence, the invisible hands everywhere saying, I got this. I got you. Lean into me. recognize it now. And we become so unified in it that we have no shyness about saying, I am what thou art, and thou art what I am. No inhibition in saying that the presence of God is knowing itself as my life. The presence of God knows itself as a wave. The ocean knows itself as a wave. The sun knows itself as a sunbeam. The presence of God knows itself as our life right now. We're not too shy to say, God knows itself as me. Boldly we proclaim that everything is working together for our good. That all things are working together for our good, individually and collectively. As a community, as a world community, as a spiritual community, and as a community that houses the organs and actions and functions of our body temple, that community is working together for good. It's called health, vitality, vigor, flexibility, renewal, regeneration, healing, wholeness, wellness, strength, vitality. Oh, all of that's happening now. All of our needs are met. We might as well just say it. That's how it comes into manifestation. Don't wait till it comes into manifestation to applaud it. Applaud it into manifestation. I feel you. I see you. Go ahead and make yourself visible. I feel you. I see you. Go ahead and make yourself visible. I see your love. I see your peace. I see your prosperity. I see your health. I see your abundance. Go ahead and make yourself visible. Come on. Make yourself visible. I see you. I praise you. I give thanks for you. Make yourself visible now. That's it, right there. You are calling it into visibility, not adapting to a circumstance only, but moving into the level of transformation where you're calling the invisible into visibility by celebrating it already. Woo! Feel it in your bones. Got some people to pray for. Ricky Baby, give me a little feeling tone for these people.
If you're walking asleep, pulled by the weight of this world, so turned around till it's hard to discern what is up or what is down. Stand still and be your own salvation. You are a child of God's creation. You are the light of the world. You are God in the flesh. Oh, and as we awake, oh, we must confess, I am here for my God to reveal what was said in the beginning. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Everybody sing that.
I am here for my God to reveal what was said in the beginning. I am here for my God to reveal what was said in the beginning. I know you feel what I'm talking about. I am here for my God to reveal what was said in the beginning.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Take the hand of the being next to you, whether you are standing or sitting, and I invite all of the practitioners in the room to stand at this time. as we consciously create a vibratory center of coherence that's a non-local event in consciousness that's embracing the entire congregation, all the love streamers and Facebook Live technologists. All of these individuals are in our field of awareness right now.